Anthony Avalos, 10, died of serious head injuries on June 21, 2018, and reportedly had cigarette burns covering his body. The LA County Department of Children and Family Services did not remove him from his Lancaster home despite at least 16 separate reports of child abuse beginning in 2013. Image from Facebook. Anthony Avalos, 10, died of serious head injuries on June 21, 2018, and reportedly had cigarette burns covering his body. The LA County Department of Children and Family Services did not remove him from his Lancaster home despite at least 16 separate reports of child abuse beginning in 2013. Image from Facebook. Lancaster. In recent weeks, Anthony Avalos came out as gay, and authorities are now investigating whether homophobia played a role in the death of the 10-year-old Los Angeles County boy, a county official said in remarks reported Tuesday. Anthony was found mortally wounded at his Lancaster home Wednesday, June 20, with severe head injuries and cigarette burns covering his body. He died the next morning. Brandon Nichols, deputy director of the Los Angeles County Department of Children and Family Services, revealed in an interview Monday that Anthony said he liked boys, but Nichols declined to provide more details, including whom the boy told and when, the Los Angeles Times reported. Nichols said the criminal investigation of the deadly abuse is ongoing. Ad Choice Advertising and Red, invented by Tease Anthony's aunt, Maria Barron, said it would have taken great courage for Anthony to have announced he was gay in the home. Anthony's mother, Heather Barron, and her boyfriend, Kareem Leyva, have not been charged with any crimes related to Anthony's death. DCFS has determined that Anthony probably died from child abuse. The aunt said she began alerting DCFS in 2015, when she noticed bruises and other injuries that the children told her were caused by Leyva. She said the children also reported Leyva locking them in small spaces where they had to urinate and defecate on the floor. Leyva had been convicted in 2010 of domestic abuse. For the boy to have come out amid those circumstances only reinforces how brave Anthony was, Maria Barron said. Calling the boy's death a senseless murder, Los Angeles County Supervisor Catherine Barger said she will ask Tuesday for a review of all county contact with the boy's family, seeking an answer to why he was not removed from his home despite repeated complaints to DCFS that he was being abused. The county is suffering a senseless murder of an innocent child, allegedly at the hands of someone inside the home, while law enforcement, social workers and family preservation workers all interacted with the family, said Barger, whose motion will be considered at today's Board of Supervisors meeting. We need to identify how our previous efforts to enhance and expand services, and integrate county partners have succeeded, and determine where there are continual gaps and barriers. The review, almost certain to be approved by the board, will involve the Office of Child Protection, Law Enforcement and the Department of Children and Family Services. The group will evaluate staffing, supervision and collaboration, or the lack thereof, between social workers and law enforcement officers in child abuse and neglect referrals. The Office of Child Protection was established to transform the child welfare system in response to the 2013 murder of 8-year-old Gabriel Fernandez in Palmdale. Gabriel was long tortured and ultimately beaten to death by his mother's boyfriend, despite numerous previous reports of abuse to DCFS. 4 DCFS officials facing trial over Gabriel Fernandez's death are due in court today for a pretrial hearing. Gabriel's mother was sentenced earlier this year to life in prison without the possibility of parole, and her boyfriend was sentenced to death. In the Lancaster case, school administrators, a teacher, a counselor, family members and others called police or the child abuse hotline at least 16 times since 2013 to report child abuse in Anthony's home, according to sources who reviewed county documents in the case. The callers reported that Anthony or his siblings were denied food and water, sexually abused, beaten and bruised, dangled upside down from a staircase, forced to crouch for hours, locked in small spaces with no access to the bathroom, forced to fight each other, and forced to eat from the trash, the sources told The Times. At a vigil for the boy on Thursday, relatives disagreed over whether he was mistreated by his mother, with a cousin calling her a good mother. Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputies responded to a 911 call from his mother about 12:15 p.m. Wednesday and found the boy unresponsive inside his family's apartment. Authorities said they were told the boy had suffered injuries from a fall. He died at a hospital Thursday morning, and investigators classified the death as suspicious. County officials have removed 7 other children from the home as the investigation continues. Although many of the reports of the children's alleged abuse at Anthony's home came from professionals or eyewitnesses, caseworkers who investigated the abuse allegations only marked some as substantiated, and they only briefly placed Anthony in the care of an aunt and uncle, according to The Times sources. Anthony was returned to his mother's home over his relatives' protests, Maria Barron told The Times in an interview. The Los Angeles County Department of Children and Family Services has filed papers under state disclosure law saying Anthony's death likely resulted from child abuse, The Times reported. AD Quality Auto 360p 720p 1080p. You might also like air conditioning now finally affordable thanks to newthingstoday.com. Singapore AC companies angry at this new tiny device. handytechgadgets.com. Ever wonder how to take a photo in low light? Read on. StarHub win up to $500 rebate with every $5 Visa spend. HSBC Bank accounting. Maxine Waters. MercuryNews.com recommended by